So I'm looking at Richard Branson. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool, you know. But I'm not really seeing so much. I'm not really seeing the detail of the work. I'm not. And then, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not checked out Gary Vaynerchuk, go check him out, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I went back the next day and I checked out Gary Vaynerchuk, and I was looking. And when you look at these films, and then when you say hustle, when you say work, when you say that this is what you do, you really are going to have to stop and reevaluate yourself, because I'm telling you right now, you don't hustle. Really, really being able to realize, because again, I know we all have that self-awareness thing where we're like, okay, dude, I don't hustle. You know, did you ever have one of those? Did you have a moment? Because was I the only one that ever was like, yo, I don't work at all? You know, or did you ever say like, I need to pick up my work pace, or I'm not working like I thought I worked? Or was there a moment for you?
You know what? I'm going to answer this honest. This is the straight up honest truth. No, only because, you know, it started again way back in high school. I played sports throughout high school, volleyball, basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer. There was always, through the years, there's always something going on. And when I wasn't after school sports, practicing games continuously throughout the year, it was during the school day, band practice, high school band, choir, and other school. I was always busy doing, you know, like my day was constantly full. When I got into starting my management label as a senior in high school, you know, it just continued that, and I started working at 14 years old, by the way, working in restaurants. That was another aha moment of, you know what, I'll go back to that in a minute, but that was another like small leading aha moment. When I was 14, got my first job, bussing tables in a local restaurant, a place called Barron's Cove, out here in Sag Harbor. Is when people started noticing me when I was 14. Way before that, my work ethic goes way before that. Again, the people that you will never forget, people that took a chance on me when I was young. And it's funny, people go, how do you remember this stuff? It's like, because these people were important people in my life that set up the stepping stones to where I am now. So understand that. Think about way back, teachers that you had or people in your life you had when you were younger that set up, you may not realize it till later, but it's people that set up those stepping stones that kind of laid them out for you along the way. So going way back, 6th grade in elementary school band. And there was my music teacher first took notice of me. She knew I had something special when I would drive her crazy when I didn't want to play the snare drums in band with the sheet music. I would toss it aside. I just play my own stuff. She goes, Ray, you're not playing what the sheet music says. I said, I know. It sounds like crap. It could be better. Doesn't sound right. This is what I would say to her. I'm in 6th grade, playing snare drum in elementary band. And it was that moment that she let me do away. I did my own drum pieces, and she did away with the sheet music. She was like, "Oh my God, he's right. He's got a gift," And I started playing all the parts, all the songs. I just started doing my own parts, writing my own parts because the sheet music was crap, didn't sound right to me, So that was my first taste of leadership and an acknowledgement that I was onto something, like as a human being, right? And then again, going back, my work ethic instilled in me, even at 14 years old, getting my first job, bussing tables. I was bussing tables after school, plus playing, getting into just playing JV sports and stuff. And my mom said to me, other people said to me, was like, well, you can't do both because you have practice after school and this and that. So I worked only weekends, But then, again, there was times where I'd get a phone call on a Wednesday. Hey, can you come in and can you do a shift And again, my coaches would understand and say, yeah, go to work. Don't worry about it. So again, my work ethic, to answer that question, again, it's no, because my work ethic has always been there. At 17 years old, when I was starting my management label, it got to the point where I was going to school. I'd do sports after school. I'd get home like 8, 9, sometimes 10 o'clock. And I'd work on my management label for 4 hours. And I'd go to sleep at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'd wake up for school and do it all over again. And people would be like, I'd get into school and be like, dude, you look exhausted, you're tired. And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. It's just, but a lot of times they didn't know what I was doing, or I tried to tell them what I was doing. They didn't, they're like, oh yeah, whatever. You're not doing no management or music business. It was always something, so my work ethic has always been there. So honestly, I've never had those moments, except for those days. Yeah, I've had my sleep in days. I've had my days where I've taken off, said, F the world, I need a day, fire off, gone. But there hasn't been a lot of them, and that's just, it's always been instilled in me. I think part of that is, a lot of that also, not only just is it built in my blood, and I'll get into that. Literally, when I say it's in my blood, it's literally, I think it's just always been like that.